All right, guys, this is my friend Andrew. So tell me a little bit about what you do and where we are.
Currently at Everbowl headquarters. So I'm currently creative director, head of media. I wear like 15 different hats. Mainly, I run our podcasts here for Jeff Fenster, his whole brand under the sun, and then you have Everbowl, which is one of his companies that I now, am heavily involved in with everything from creative to marketing to strategy and everything in between. So
you're doing a lot of social media by yourself.
Yeah, only in-house creative. We're not currently outsourcing anyone or anything, so we have hundreds of posts that go out every month. Even with Jeff's brand, close to 400 posts a month, just under myself and AI.
When he first told me that, it blew my mind because I was in a very similar role at Throttle, but we were a team of like 10 people.
Right.
And you're one dude doing all of this through AI. And so today you're gonna kind of give me a peek into how you do it. All right, I just want to shout out my boy Andrew, who in this video, he's going to show you his entire process. On top of that, I also want to let you guys know, Andrew also runs the Swiss Creator Academy. And if you're interested in having access to Andrew, you can sign up for that academy, learn his whole process, and have access to him for any questions that you have on your particular business. I'll leave a link in the description below.
So we'll start here with the studio, and you'll get to see. We have Tristan here, who's also shadowing today.
What's up, Tristan? What's up, man? I'm Victor. Nice to meet you.
This is our studio here. We got some cool shoes. We got some cool little stuff here. This is really just for like people and their entourages when they come and hang out and do their thing, So
this is like your green room.
Yeah, on the TV, it shows like the live episode playing too when we have it in the studio. But if you want, we can turn it on and you can check it all out.
See how it all works.
Well, this is our control room here. This is all the signatures of all the guests that we've had on. You have Tim Grover right here with Winning is Everything. Gary V right there, Be Kind, Be Aggressive. Cody Sanchez, Boring, Greater Than Sexy. And there's so many cool messages. It's just everybody comes in and leaves a message after the podcast. Tristan, I'll have you come in here. Why don't you turn on the lights, the wall, and the camera? And then boom, and then it all loads up.
Wow. You have the huge screen back there? That is sick.
That's an entire OLED wall. It's a computer screen, basically. So you can play videos, you can play whatever you want on here. Like this is our trailer for the episode, for the podcast.
Wow.
But like Marvel Studios uses this same
like
screen.
Technology,
Yeah, to make it look like you're anywhere. You can see this is a soundproof, big old door, entire soundproof studio.
Whoa, you guys have a lot of cameras.
We have, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 Blackmagic studio designs, our confidence monitor, obviously the OLED wall, the desk screen. So today, for instance, we have Drew Brees using the studio. He's a good friend of Jeff's. He offers the studio to his friends for free. So Drew hit him up and was like, hey, I need the studio today. I'm not sure what they're filming yet. So
is this your first day here, Tristan?
This is my first official day as a marketing coordinator. I just graduated from Cal State San Marcos.
The first thing that I really look at each day is Notion Calendar. It's been the new thing that I've been using religiously. I have, weeks of just things in advance, just planned out, whatever it might be. Usually I have a few big 3 or 5 task projects that I have. I have my daily disciplines of in the mornings, I have my emails, and I have my responding to like comments and community stuff. But I really try to like size it down to like 3 different kind of buckets. I love having my creative bucket. I love having my working on the business, like systems bucket. And then I love my meetings and team and collaboration, shoot, more creative, fun type stuff. In the mornings, I love my deep work. So usually from 9 to noon, I'll be doing a lot of editing, clipping, or Mondays, usually I schedule out and I'll spend an hour usually scheduling once I have all the reels put away, and I'll schedule out like a week or 2 weeks in advance. So that way I can see on our calendar, I can see all the different posts that are going out for the next 2 weeks. Tuesdays are usually clipping, where I'm doing massive clipping. Like for instance, Jeff spoke at a wedding event. So last Tuesday, I clipped the entire thing, and I made from his 30-minute speaking engagement, we put together almost 120 posts that I cut everything into. Actual deliverables, probably about 15-ish reels, and then from there a lot of written posts. We had 1 article post, graphic posts or static posts, carousel stuff, like the stacked photo ones. We did one of those, just breaking it down and how can we make this distribution go wide, so even 30 minutes of him speaking can turn into 120 posts. So I need like usually 3-hour buckets is what I'm doing that long deep work. Besides that, spending all the other time on building the systems that help me do less less work. Today, which is what we'll film, is probably I'm going to go through and ideate an entire internal contest for our Everbowl employees. I was like, hey, if we have 1,500 employees across the US. If we just release a contest internally that incentivizes them, like, hey, you know, here's a $250 cash prize for the person who makes the best video or the most viral video. Like, all you gotta do is make your video and post it. You get 1,000 or 1,500 people to post a video about Everbowl in less than a week.
So what is this?
This is Claude. Claude is in Anthropic's AI. It's a little bit different than Chat. I think Claude is really good at the deep, like, frameworks, deep thinking, deep research. I use it for when I want a lot of, like, very specific details and plans. And for articles, I would have this write article versus Chat. Maybe I'll have Chat do captions, like, for engagement and Instagram stuff. But if I want something that's very deep and rich, usually I'm using Claude. I am putting together an internal content competition to scale our UGC content. I can give it a lot more details and kind of verbally vomit on it and tell it what I want to do. Why don't we just start there and see what it gives us?
The point of AI is for it to do the thinking, right?
Right. But I will say the power is in the prompt. Prompt engineering. We had the CTO Shutterfly come in, but he taught us the acronym CRIT. CRIT. When you're prompting AI, he says use this format. So C is for context. Like, you give it all this context. You just firmly vomit the context. R is for the role. What role are you giving it? Hey, you are the most elite sales copywriter in the world for the biggest brands, for Hermosi or whatever you can add in, right? And you are going to be my creative director and teaching me all things on how to launch my brand. So you give it a role. And then I is for interview. You say, ask me the questions that you need to know from me, the information you need to get from me. So it interviews you. And then the last one is the T is the task. What tasks are you giving? Hey, write me out this PDF. I want this workflow. I want whatever actual deliverable you want, asking it on the task. If you use that format, usually you can start to engineer your prompts a lot better and your responses will be a lot better. All right, let's see what we got here. Competition structure ideas, prize options, cash prizes work well for immediate motivation. Consider tiered 500 place, 300 for second place, and 200 for third. Not a bad idea. Internship opportunity could be powerful for attracting younger talent and creating longer-term engagement. Hybrid approach, cash for winners plus internship for the most promising contributor. All right, so it gave me kind of like a very bland approach, but it went and pulled all the information from Everbowl. So it's giving me some ideas here, or I kind of like this, you know, the tiered 1, 2, 3 cash prize. But in my head, I'm kind of thinking now, okay, I want you to act as a creative director. This needs to be foolproof. But right now it's searching. Look at it's searching through my Google Drive. So marketing strategy, social media campaign, brand guidelines, store, searching, location, franchise operation, structure, management. It's fetching all these files in my actual Google Drive. So it's going through all of our Everbowl Google Drive to pull the information on the brand, and now it's able to put this together. And now it's drafting the artifact. So that's the cool thing about Claude too, is it creates artifacts, which is like their way of saying a document, I guess. It's just a smaller thing in here that you can click, and now you can see it's literally writing out the entire plan. Because otherwise, in the past, this would have taken me a long time.
Yeah, this is like days of work almost.
All right, let's see what it came up with. Objective, generate massive organic exposure through employee-created content while building authentic brand advocacy across all 100+ locations. The prize structure they have for Grand Champion is $1,000 cash and featured on Everbowl's main account, plus an internship interview opportunity. So that one does all three. So second place is $500 cash plus store merchandise. Third place is $300 cash plus top 10 creators. I kind of like that too, top 10 people. $100 each plus an Everbowl swag box. Analytics, dashboard, real-time leaders showing total views, impressions per creator. Yeah, dude, that would be dope. An analytic, like a dashboard that shows the top like 5, 10 creators in Everbowl. And that's doable with AI. But when I interviewed with Everbowl, I used an analytics tool to basically pull up all their information. Okay. I was able to, one, show them where an old marketing agency bought followers. I was like, yeah, there you have a spike right here, a follower count. I'm like, back in 2021, he's like, yeah, the agency came in. I didn't know what they were trying to basically make it look like they were doing a lot. And then I brought up all the most popular videos. But there's one that did, I think, over 1.5 million views. And it's literally somebody scooping the bowls and rating which one is the most scoopable base. But people love that. But because of that, I started making a ton of these scoopable videos, and they always overperform any other video.
You know, at Throttle, when we found something that worked, we tried to find a way to do it again and again, and make variations of it. I think that's something that a lot of creators don't do. They have they're like one-hit wonders, right? They have this one hit, and then they keep trying other stuff, and it doesn't work. And I'm like, bro, you had this sick video that worked. Why don't you go back and recreate this in another way?
And I took every single video. We probably had close to 15 videos that did over 1 million views on Jeff's account. I reposted a couple of them on trial reels. And in a week, we manufactured an extra 250,000 views just by reposting. And that's on trial reels too. The engagement still counts to the account. I realized, oh crap, well, I'm sitting on another 12 that did over 1 million. If I post those all within the next couple days, I'll manufacture another 500,000 views, maybe 1 million views if they hit high enough again. What's up? Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you guys.
All right, so Drew Brees and the Pickleballers podcast just showed up. Andrew's grabbing their logo and throwing it up on the OLED wall. And meanwhile, I'm super grateful for the opportunity to observe the Pickleballers show while they're shooting and to see how this great studio works. So now let's head over to Andrew's office and learn a little bit more about his process.
All right, so this is, we just airdropped this reel that we're posting right now, Success Leaves Clues. I clipped this up yesterday, and I'm posting it today for our stuff, but I'm showing right now, Victor, how I built in the Success Leaves Clues, the cover photo.
So when you post it, you have the thumbnail.
Yeah, I don't.
And then if you put this to YouTube, I think there's no thumbnail. You can't add a thumbnail, but you can pick a frame.
Yeah, you can pick a frame, exactly. So if you pick the first frame, you have your thumbnail built in. So it's there's little overlaps, save you a few minutes, but the minutes add up with every single time, you know? Then I just go to Notion here, and then I look up the Success Leaves Clues, right? I go to my calendar, right there. There it is, Success Leaves Clues, and then I have the Instagram caption right here ready to go. So all I do is highlight this part, copy it, go to Instagram, go to upload, boom. I usually put a filter over it still for proprietary for the platform.
Yeah.
So Instagram to push their own filters, like if I'm using the Paris filter or whatever, it's just a little bit touch on it. But now I'm testing different things to see, okay, do they push a video with their filters a little bit more?
Interesting. Have you found anything?
I mean, it's hard to tell if it's truly from that, you know, but I usually always do it just to add a
just
little,
in case, and it doesn't really change it enough.
Well, not even, but just so it's a little bit more native to that platform too. Gotcha. You know, because TikTok filters look way different than Instagram filters, you know? Now it's just a little bit more native to that platform. So now it's platform specific, you know, it feels
I've never really even thought of it that way.
Because Instagram always has that little misty, a little bit lighter, a little bit more contrast, but they both have their same color, but in the metadata, the platforms can see you're using their filters. Let's go pick up whatever trending audio. Right, sometimes they'll go through the ones that are the for you. If there's something good that fits, not gonna work, right? Put that clip up, and then I'm gonna put this all the way down to usually 10. I like to go around 10 or something.
Yeah. And then you said your clip volume all the way to 100?
All the way 100. I need the voice to be up here, and I need the music to be almost like an underbody, right? That almost carries it.
Yeah,
it can't be over.
I do about 6 to 10.
Right, exactly. I'll play with it. Like this one, I can probably push 17. We paste our caption. I like to make sure that, the actual formatting is even, one enter between these, because sometimes it's a little bit different from AI. So I like to make sure it's all nice and there's not an extra. So there's an extra, enter at the bottom, so we don't need it. So, and that first line, I always keep short because it has the dots, right? After so many characters, you go into the dots. So you want to be able to show those first few words so that people know what they're about to see. So success isn't a secret, it's a pattern. That's such an easy, you understand what you're probably going to get. We come here, pick our thumbnail with our cover photo. Profile grid too, I like to just close in a little bit more. So it's you see his face just a little bit more. We've been testing this. Patel actually had us do this a while back, but hiding the like counts we were testing at when Instagram was first starting. So I do it on and off, depending on the post too. Supposedly with new functions or new stuff with Instagram or any other platform, sometimes you just want to test it to see, because they'll push it in the beginning just because they want to get a lot of data quickly. So they might push exposure to some of that stuff just because they want to get the feedback quick. But you can ride some of that stuff, Trial reels. When they get trial reels, only a few percentage of people accounts get it, but they're going to still launch, at least 500,000 accounts with it because they want to get that data quickly instead of 5 accounts. So there's ways to ride the new stuff, like new stickers, new polls, new stuff. Try it. And you'll see a lot of times, like you'll get more engagement. 1, because it's relevant, it's new. And 2, because it's platform specific, right? It helps them too. So yeah, so now we're good on this. So now we just share. So now we go LinkedIn. So now I go and get the LinkedIn caption, which this one, I have an AI bot that's like basically prompted to give me on LinkedIn. It goes more for thought leadership and deep.
So you have a different description for LinkedIn.
Because you want to be native to each platform, right? Business leaders and professionals are on LinkedIn. So what do they want? They want depth. On here, we're going into business and we're going into depth, and LinkedIn pushes thought leadership more than anything. We want to lean on thought leadership, lean on that copy. So everything for LinkedIn, it pushes with that in mind. Everything on Instagram is engagement focused, right? We need people to engage. We need people pushing, sharing, liking the comments. We need all that. It's very engagement focused. And then YouTube's all SEO focused. So the caption for YouTube is the same thing. It goes all for SEO. You know, each one has proprietary certain strategies that work for that platform, very native. Like Gary's book, The Day Trading Attention, talks about it too, native to each platform. And honestly, that helped us because we were reaching a couple 100,000 people a week on our LinkedIn at a time. And when I started doing that, our videos were doing like a couple hundred impressions. And out of nowhere, I had some that were doing like 200,000 impressions each. I was like, what is going on? Our LinkedIn just started blowing up. And I'm like, well, that's dope. So then we post that one, and that one goes live.
So can you show me, how are you making these copies, these descriptions?
Yes, I can.
Are you using ChatGPT, or and you said you have bot or agents? Is that what you're calling them? Or?
Well, I mean, I can call them agents, you can call them bots, but really I just prompted a chat project basically.
But do you have a different prompt for every platform?
No, I have one prompt that spits everything out.
Oh, one prompt.
It's like a master prompt. I'll show you right now. Let me do one more. YouTube.
Yeah.
So now we go to Shorts, and thank goodness Shorts finally going to 3 minutes.
Yeah, I just saw that.
We can finally post above a minute, and I don't have to make separate
edits. One
dude. Now I go back here, same thing. See, like on top of it, you can see YouTube caption, SEO optimized, LinkedIn, business, professional tone, and then Instagram Reel, engagement focus. So you see, they're all native to each platform. How to shortcut success using proven patterns, right there. Some people might watch it and be like, why don't you just use, Hootsuite or something that can go and just post across all the platforms?
Yeah.
Same thing, Neil Patel was actually the guy who helped us with that, but he was like, using third-party platforms, schedulers, anything that pulls you off of the platforms is probably not going to be good for you, your account on that platform. They want you to spend more time on the platform. That's why all the apps, Instagram, YouTube, they all have their own in-app schedulers now. Instead of people just using these apps to go and schedule it, they'd rather you spend the time on the app. Whatever it is, they just want you on the app and more time on the app. And the more time you're on there, the more eyeballs they have on there, the more chances you have of seeing an ad and more ad revenue. A big portion of it is why I manually still go and do this stuff. But sometimes they can be kind of buggy because YouTube is not a scheduling platform expert. So then, boom, that's done. So now we've posted across 3 platforms. Well, now I can go in here, now that this has been posted. Now it's scheduled and posted, boom.
And what software is this?
Notion. It's the greatest thing we've ever experienced. It is amazing. Everyone here is convinced that I work for Notion because I've been talking up and down the walls about this damn thing. But it's a project management software tool. It's been around forever, but in the past year or so, it recently got a facelift update where if you look here, I go to my home screen. And it's good afternoon, Andrew, right? It's cool. But what's built into here is both OpenAI, Claude, and Gemini, everything built into it, right? And you can either have it go and research any topic you want to report on, or you can have it build a custom database by prompt. So I can go in here and prompt it and say, build me a database that reviews all of our overperforming content and all the projects we need to manage going across our marketing pipeline. And it'll give you a calendar with all this other stuff, pipelines, like it'll make everything. You can go and customize it, which is cool because it allows anyone to come in here and figure out how to build something out, right? Content Planner is specifically for social media. So I can go in here and I can see projects, like I can see in here like a show pilot that I'm working on. I can see that, scripting and storyboarding, I did that. I filmed with Jeff, did that. In progress, finalizing plot. And then I can go stuck on not liking the look, might reshoot in studio, so we're gonna redo that plot.
So what about the project you just posted? Where is that?
So what you're looking at is my content bank.
Yeah.
This is my bank of content. I can go in here and pick out any piece of content and it's ready to go. All the copy and everything is in here. So you can see Instagram caption, blah, 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 and LinkedIn caption, YouTube. So all of them have that. The video's all there. What you just saw me do, I can do with all of those, right?
And then you can say what stage, like if posted it already or not? Or
So when I go in here, I can see ready to upload. So you have planning and writing, then the content production, actually making it. I have waiting for approval is where I put my ideas, which I'll show you on the bottom of this. Ready to upload is where it goes into the content bank, or it's ready to go. And then scheduled and posted is after I have scheduled it. I then put it to there and it takes it out of the content bank and into our production line. Okay. And then I can go in here and I can see the content pillar. I can see, is it a speaking clip, interview, podcast, behind the scenes, consulting, day in the life, direct to camera, creative mashup. I can see if it's a video that's 7 to 19, 20 seconds, above a minute, 5 minutes, slides, single post, carousel, and then I can go to the type and see exactly where I posted it, right? Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, LinkedIn Reel, but I can go in here, YouTube Long, Instagram Story, whatever it is. I can plan on everything. The event name, even audit the performance afterwards. And like in an hour, I can go and schedule out 2 weeks, an hour and a half, just based off of that. And then down here on the waiting for approval is where I put all my ideas. Like there's a holy airball, train going around. I was trying to play on one with Jeff. The rate to entrepreneur is 1 to 10. I already filmed this, so I can actually move this forward. Because I had this ready to go, I had my series, the format, what it is, Jeff stands, walks, whatever it is. It's like the 1 through 10, rate this 1 through 10 entrepreneurs edition, right? So it's like your network is your net worth, and then he goes and he has an opening hook, he has some commentary and reaction and like a call to action or something to make them engage or something at the end. This was part of like the event where I went with him, and in his 30-minute talk we broke it into 120 pieces of content. One of those pieces of content, or one of them we just posted, but one of them we filmed too was this, because I had this ready to go. So as we're walking up to his speaking engagement, I have this on my phone and I'm like, rate this 1 through 10, blah 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 blah, and we're literally walking up to his speaking engagement. We got a piece of content there, and walking back, we got another piece of content walking out, just because I had a couple scripts ready to go. And I don't need more of his time. I don't need to be like, Jeff, I need to sit down with you for another hour to get these 2 videos. Now we're figuring out how to capture that content. Plus, it's not just sitting in the office. He's walking out and about on his way to a speaking engagement. It's way more engaging. It's like really authentic because you're out there, and it's just like being prepared for the moment. If I didn't have this ready, I'm like, oh, Jeff, we should do that. Hold on, let me think of a few. And you think like having all these like structures in place would take away the creativity. Yeah. But it actually helps you because you're spending less time having to think about the stuff and more time in the moment. Like if I was there worried about, shoot, what is that next, rate 1 through 10 and having to think about that, I couldn't think about, oh, this is a perfect time as we're walking here, as he's walking, like, hey, I can see that this angle, this shot, would look dope, or, just realizing the opportunity, seizing it,
I think people don't think about pre-production. It can save you so much time and headache having a plan going into anything,
for real,
versus like trying to have to make it up on the fly.
100%. That taught me quick when we started having like big moments like Gary Vee meet and greet or Jason Tatum opening stores. It's like Jeff would hammer it to me. He's like, we got one shot. He's at the store. This is it. The people, all the Celtics team, or Gary's, doing meet and greet, all the people, and he puts it in my hand. He's like, what are we gonna do? And I'm like, crap. Well, we got to make the most out of it,
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you got a plan. Don't get so married to the plan that you get pissed off when it doesn't go your way too.
Yeah, and I think there's also like in social media, you also have to be open to the opportunities that present itself. So like,
because you can get new stuff like that you didn't
think of.
Yeah.
And those are sometimes the best.
It's great. I'll give you a quick story about that one. Our store 100 opening. We had the idea while we're standing around with Jeff. We're like, oh, for the 100th person, like, duh, why didn't we think about this? For the 100th person, we should put a $100 bill, on the inside of their bowl, or like on the other side of the bowl so they don't see it, so that when we hand it to them, we turn it around and they can see the $100 bill. We just real quick, I stood in place, right? We get the bill and we set Jeff up at the end of the line, and they stop the line and they make a quick announcement, 100th bill, and we give it to her, and she like totally freaks out and like great reaction, right? And everyone's clapping for her. But we didn't plan that, that was on the spot, but now we can use that. Like that's such great content, and now we can pivot with that. And that's why planning helps you do that, because otherwise you're so busy trying to think of ideas on the spot that you don't allow yourself to see the opportunity. What's the same? Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance.
Oh, I've never heard that one.
Yeah, proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. It's like the 5 Ps or whatever.
Okay. That's good. I like that.
So for instance, this is a story of him talking about the first time he leveraged relationship capital, which is his book, right? And this is him talking about ADP days when he went, that was like one of the only jobs he had. I can go in here, get this, transcribe it, right? The transcription's already here. I can go export it to text file, download it, ADP days. Now that's downloaded. I go to chat. I already have a social media caption request. So all I do is drop transcripts in here and ask it if it can do the same thing. But it's really the same prompt. Like I have my prompts here. If you look at this one, it says, if I give you a transcript, can you turn it into a caption for Instagram Reels that's generated toward, or that's geared towards engagement, one for LinkedIn that speaks to the business professional, and one for YouTube Shorts that helps with SEO. But what I'll do is I'll take this. I literally have this list of couple ones, like the second one here. It says, if I give you a transcript, can you give me a title/description for a podcast episode, as well as a YouTube title and description with keywords separated by commas with all the goal of SEO in mind. So saying I ask it to separate by comma because I can just copy and paste it straight into YouTube's tags without having to put the commas. So it literally does all the keywords with just copy paste. If it's bullet points, it won't do it. You can't just copy and paste it. You have to go word by word. Versus like if you ask it to separate it by commas for me, all I do is copy all of it and paste all of it in there. Now we go over here, right? We're gonna take our prompt. We put the prompt in. So we go and get the transcript from our downloads right there. You just drag it over into here. You press upload and then let it do its thing. And then you work really hard like this. And then boom. All right, so let's see. Your next breakthrough isn't a strategy, it's a relationship. When I was broke, stressed, and buried in student debt, I landed my first big gig without enough ads or resumes, but through one relationship that changed everything. It's close, but I still want it to speak a little bit differently. I want it to focus more as like speaking to founders. Can you adjust the messaging to speak to founders? That's his whole book, his relationship bank account. His whole thing is he teaches people how to have relationship capital. So we want it to be in line with the branding and the messaging, right? So I press enter and it goes and adjusts it. Usually I'll do this 1 or 2 times. Very rarely do I ever take exactly what it gives me, just because you want to put that extra percentage and attention to detail, but for the most part it will spit it out after I give it some feedback. So let's see now, right? Founders, your next growth opportunity isn't your pitch deck, it's in your network. That's a great one. That aligns. When I was just starting out, I didn't raise money, I didn't have fancy credentials, but I did have one relationship and it opened the door to everything. Okay, much better. That warm intro led to my first job. That job taught me sales, and those skills launched my first company. I know the clip because I know him and I listened to it. I know that's not right. It wasn't the thing that led to his first job. So I need to change that too. To business owners. So basically it's just a story of the first time he leveraged relationship capital. So I want to make sure they get the story right. So now it says, I didn't land my job because of relationships, but I did become one of the top sales rep by leveraging every connection I had to open doors. That now makes sense with the storyline. Great. And then at the end, it ends with founders. Who's in your network that you haven't tapped yet? Or tapped into yet. I'll probably change that to typed in. I don't know how I like that, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Who haven't you tapped yet?
That's what she said.
The same thing. Then I'll read through the LinkedIn, make sure it all aligns right. Then the YouTube. Then from there, I just copy this. So I would go into my Notion, and here in the event planner, I would add a new one right here in our content bank that would say ADP days. And I would put the copy in here so that when you went in there, you would find the copy.
Damn, that's sick.
That's really the system. We need to load up the content bank, and then we need to distribute as much as possible. I've
never really done this before, using like ChatGPT to come up with the copy, and it's funny, at Throttle we kind of did everything by hand.
It's crazy.
And we wrote all this out, and we would sit here like this, the 3 of us, and we would be, Nate does a lot of the copy, to be Vic, I can't fucking think of what to write, like what do you think I should make the copy? And I'm not the best copy guy, I don't fucking know.
I'm not a copy guy whatsoever.
But that's
now I am.
Yeah, but that's so great because like it takes away the writing fatigue, because it just writes, and then you just kind of tell it what to change, and you kind of almost bounce off of each other, right? It's like, yeah, it's like, here's what I think, and then you're like, oh, well, it's not exactly the right story. Let's fix it a little bit with the prompting, and after 3 tries, and you're like not tired at all.
It does all the work for you.
Yeah, I would have been exhausted, and then I still have to edit and do all, and film and do all this other
schedule.
Yeah, for the rest of the day.
Design for the thumbnail and all that. And that's if you're not filming and all.
Yeah, and the post copy's already exhausted me, and this is probably the least important thing.
Oh, dude, you'll love my YouTube then. You'll love my YouTube prompt because it does it all. Like, I'll show you here too, Claude. So I used it for this as well. I gave this a week ago.
While you're looking for that, yeah, I just using AI. People are afraid, you know, it's going to take jobs away and all that stuff, but it's helped me as an editor and as a creative, allowing me to kind of free up my mental space to focus on editing. Every edit I make is a decision that I make. You know, I choose to cut here, I choose to cut there, I choose to leave something in, right? And they say that mentally we only have so many good decisions we can make a day. The more decisions you waste on making ad copy, the less mental capacity you have to make edits.
Well, the more you have, the less decisions you have to make the day of, the more bandwidth you have to focus on opportunity. And even right here, like what I did was, so I did this like a week ago on some of the content I just showed you. When I first went through it, I gave Claude this prompt. I said, can you help me turn a transcript of my boss, Jeff Fenster, speaking on a panel at an event into 20 one-liner or one-sentence tweets or threads that would be great for great posts for this. I want you to think niche to those platforms, but staying in line with Jeff's voice and tone. Second, I need you to turn this one full deep dive article for Jeff that will release on his email list and LinkedIn. This must be in-depth, share his personal experiences and packaged and packed with value, not only content, but also how it is written with engaging copy that keeps the customer retained and leaves them informed. I want another founder or business owner / entrepreneur to read this and feel like their good buddy is talking to them, having a good time and a great conversation. Like I'm giving it all this, I'm just spitballing this at it, right? I'm giving it my whole vision of what I want. Right, I want them to feel like they're talking with a friend or hearing like he's talking to them like a friend.
How long did it take you to learn how to prompt like this?
I mean, I've been using AI for like a year and some change.
Okay. Do you feel you've gotten better at it?
Oh, hell yeah, for sure. Like I can learn every day how to use it better and better. Prompt engineering will be its own skill and its own role.
I think it already kind of is. It's just not popular yet.
Exactly. It's not labeled.
It's not mainstream.
Like my position now wasn't a mainstream position until now. Yeah. You know, a creative director.
In fact, that's a big reason I came here today. I think you're kind of pioneering something that's going to be very big in the future. And I think you're one of the first to kind of be doing what you're doing and using AI in the way you're using it. Not that there aren't others, but I think there's very few people. It's such a new technology, and I think in 5 years from now, you're going to be seeing a lot of people doing what you're doing right now.
Oh, for sure. And that's why I want to just teach people. You could literally just transcribe this YouTube video.
Yeah, honestly, it's getting so easy. But that's the thing. It's like
there's so many ways.
It's so easy, but I think people aren't even aware that this technology exists.
Yeah, or how to use it, like how to leverage it. Like there's just levels to it, you know. Because even this, like to go that deep, I didn't know until we had the CTO Shutterfly sit down and do some workshops with AI too, and me spending countless hours after work and weekends just deep diving YouTube stuff, trying to learn.
So there's a learning curve to it.
Yeah. So anyways, basically I did that, and then 3, it was making a collage. Those stacked collages right now are very popular, right? So 2 photo collage. I'm going to have 3 slides, a total of 2 pictures per slide stacked on top of each other. Can you give me 2 texts per slide, basically, that correlate with the message / word speech? So it gives it to me. It says, all right, I'm ready. I'm going to make all this stuff, right? I'm going to make 20 liners, the deep dive article, and then the 3-slide collage caption. I give it the text for that full talk, and it goes and breaks it down. And here's the 21-liner tweets and threads. 80 to 90% of my wealth came from who I know, not what I know. Stop marketing to strangers. Start investing in relationships. That's a great tweet. And then check your checkout clerk at the grocery store could change your life. My biggest customer came from making friends with the Albertsons cashier. Everyone knows somebody. That's an amazing one, right? Like that story plus like, oh yeah, that's so true. Anyone could be it, you know? And they're very on brand. I can use them. Now I can go and schedule these 20 tweets out. I could schedule them out over the next day, but let's say I sprinkle them out over the next week. And next week when I'm sitting down, I'm saying, what content should we make? I go and I can look at all the overperformers from Twitter on these tweets, and I can go and make videos based off of those because I know that topic is, something of interest.
So how are you scheduling that? Are you using like a Hootsuite kind of deal, or are you?
I'm doing it in-app. Eventually, I feel like there might be a partner with that, but right now, the best way to ensure that it's not affecting you is doing it in-app through scheduling. I can't prove that it hurts you, but if I can do it and I can prevent it, like you saw how long it took me to post across 3 platforms, right? Or I can pay someone a couple dollars an hour that'll handle that for me, just to make sure we're organic and you know, we're potentially doing the best amount of reach possible. Like you'll notice in a lot of my workflows and everything, it's like wherever we can do something, we do something. Do hashtag work? Like everyone says no nowadays. Do I still put hashtags? Yeah, I leave them on there. Why? Because it might add a 1% extra. I don't know. Tagging keywords in YouTube. Some people think they don't do anything. Some people swear by them. I still put them in anyways. Why? Because if it adds 1% to the video, great. What extra time does it take me to press Command C, Command V? You know?
Yeah.
So like I have all these 1% everywhere that like help us to just do the tweaks. It's like Atomic Habits. Have you ever read Atomic Habits?
No, yeah.
They're in the book. They talk about the Tour de France, the coach who came in and basically changed the whole game for them. All they did was incremental 1 to 2% tweaks, but everywhere in the whole process. Like the material the bikers were wearing, 1 to 2% tweak. The actual truck where it was stored, the 1 to 2% tweak was they painted it all white instead of black so that they can see dust easier so that they can keep it cleaner. So they would just understand these 1 to 2% tweaks, start doing them everywhere, and then from there, after a while, they were crushing everybody for years, the championships, just because they made these 2% tweaks everywhere. But everyone looks at them like they're insanely good. But it's just because they just went a little bit deeper in every area, right? A little bit deeper in scheduling, a little bit deeper in copy, a little bit deeper in creative, a little bit deeper in editing, you know, a little bit deeper in the pre and the post, you know? So it's just like, you go a little bit deeper, you go 2% deeper. Like think of an ice cube.
Yeah, they
2 degrees is complete. It changes complete form. You go from a solid to a liquid. Imagine 2 degrees shift, or a plane 2 degrees off of your, you know, final destination, thousands of miles off.
Yep.
So it's like you go 2 degrees deeper into something, you can find so much more value. But yeah, so it breaks it down 20 tweets. Then this, it actually does a phenomenal, I already read through this, article that I can release on LinkedIn, right? So now we can release an entire article on LinkedIn for our email list as well that breaks down everything, the secret behind who you know, the $38,000 salary that changed everything for him. Like it goes in deep detail about everything. And that's correct. I already searched on that. Because I gave it the full transcript, it has all the context, so it's much more accurate too. So I don't have to go back and forth much. Like I think this was the first variation it gave me, so it was great. It hit it right on the head. And then it gave me the 3 slides, which I already posted last week. There's one of these, you know, and then you can see it did this for me. I already had the photos. I just needed the copy and the text, and it tells the story, basically the same thing about how the relationship's not a resume but a business plan. I didn't cold call my way to success. I made friends and added value. So it tells that same story that he's telling here. But you
yeah, but it's doing photo form so people can read it. I've been seeing something about it. How is this performing versus a video?
This one reached 3,600 people.
And what about the video version of it?
I don't think. Well, that's the one I just posted.
Oh, so you just posted the video.
But this one's a little bit different. Well, no, I guess it's a little bit the same. Some of them will do a couple thousand. Average, we do 20, about 3,000 to 2,000. Like this one underperformed.
So this carousel is performing about as good as a video.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Like look at this was right next to it. This was another video he did. This one did 3,400 views. This one did 3,600. So,
wow.
And I put the music on it too. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. If each one is getting 3,600 views, so then you could post the video, but then you could also post the clip outs, and now you've actually gotten like 6,000 to 7,000 views on the same piece of content. So you've almost doubled your content without really doing much extra work.
Distribution. I've turned the same narrative into 20 tweets, an article, that collage post, and I still have another 15 reels to go and post from it.
How many pieces of content are you making from that one?
120.
From that one interview. From that one day.
From
this one long interview.
Look at this right here.
Yeah.
This one interview. You can see every single clip. We turn that. Now, when I say post, I mean posts on each platform. A LinkedIn post is one post. A YouTube post is one post. So it could be the same video, but 3 platforms, and it turns into 3 posts.
Yeah, no.
Right?
Agree.
So the actual pieces of creative, I'm probably pulling 30 pieces of creative-ish and turning that into 120 posts.
That's still a lot.
Yeah, off of a 30-minute talk.
And you're one fucking dude. That's insane that you're doing all of that by yourself with the help of AI. Dude,
AI is the way, bro. Like, you see that? Like, I can't think of these things as good as these. Like, it's better at copywriting than me. It's better at these tweets. The one-liner tweets, like, scale before you're ready. I opened 28 Everbowl locations before I knew what I was doing. That stupidity, quote unquote, attracted talent, investors, and better supplier deals. Like, dude, that's like on point. 28 Everbowl locations, that's true, before he actually franchised. It's so good how good it's getting. This one chat, because I've used my ChatGPT one, I go back, think about how many transcripts I put into here of Jeff. It now knows Jeff. I could say, give me an article of Jeff talking about his relationship capital. Based off of everything it already has learned about Jeff, it will type that. It knows my ChatGPT knows my position. I'll say, who am I? And it'll tell me I'm the creative director of Everbowl and Jeff Fenster brand.
So let me ask you this. Yeah. Like earlier, you were fixing what it spit back out, right? The Instagram copy. Has it gotten better at giving you better pieces of copy that you have to fix less and less?
Yeah. So my goal is to make a bot that becomes your personal creative director. I basically prompted this bot, right, to basically go in, and when you say hello and start off, I said hi, right? When you go in hi, it says, welcome to your personal creative director experience. I'm here to transform your brand into an equity powerhouse using the same strategies behind the world's biggest creators. I uploaded my entire ebook, and I uploaded Gary's book. I uploaded 2 of Hermosi's books, and I put all the information I wanted in there, and I said, use all this information. You're now an expert in creative direction and blah, 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 and you're going to be my creative bot for anyone that comes in. So now I prompted it that anytime somebody says hi, that it welcomes itself as its personal, as a creative director. That's the role I gave it. And now it goes and says, let's start building your empire. So step 1, it says, show me your social media handle or link so I can analyze your current brand. And 2, a brief description of what you do and who you help. So it's already telling them. It's doing the interview phase. And then it goes, I'll do a deep dive transformation. Phase 1, brand identity and blueprint. Phase 2, content pillar strategy. And phase 3, detailed scripting and storyboarding. So I gave it my Instagram handle, and then I gave it a bio on me, right? And I had AI help me write it. And then it goes, it takes all that, it looks up everything it can find, and then it goes and says, phase 1 complete, Andrew Gonzalez brand identity, right? The foundation. Andrew, your story is absolutely insane, and I mean that by the best possible way. You're sitting on a content goldmine that most creators would kill for, and here's what I discovered. And then it goes through my authority. From construction worker to creative director of a $100 million company of Everbowl, nearly 1 billion views generated across all platforms, built Jeff Fenster's brand from 0 to 140K with a reach of 30 million, built 4 Times Square billboard ad campaigns, multiple 6-figure deals, mentorships with David Meltzer, Ed Milet, Jeff Fenster, 10 plus years industry. Phase 2 on the weekly cadence, right? High viral potential, right? Behind the billion views series, right? Here's a hook. How I generated 1 billion views for brand, right? The format. Tier 3 is authority building. So it's giving you all these tiers of content you can make. Which formats feel most natural to you and align with your goals? So then you just tell it, and then it goes and it builds
creates
up.
It. That's crazy. So if I wanted this, are you selling this or what? What's the?
I'm gonna give it away in the academy.
So tell me about the academy.
It's a way for people to figure out how to empower themselves as a full media team. How to have the power of a full media team with just AI and workflows.
What is it? Is it it's a course or is it a service?
So it's an online community where there are courses and modules involved, and I can pull it up. So it's called the Swiss Creator Academy. I'm teaching people how to become a full stack creator. Essentially, to become a full stack creator today, you can't just hire somebody who just knows graphic design, who just knows photography, who just knows videography. You need somebody who can do all of it. You need a Swiss Army knife of content creation. That's what everybody's looking for right now. They all want that unicorn that can handle everything: creative direction, strategy, content, editing, filming, everything in between, right? Whether those people become that for their brands themselves, or people go in here and send their teams in here or whatever. And mainly it's for, like I said, those solopreneurs, solo creators that are looking to get empowered and have the bandwidth of a full media team. So I have live calls that I do every week called our brand equity builders calls, and this is where we do deep dive session. I have a lot of friends who manage a lot of other big brands in the industry, and I'll probably have them come in and do special guest appearances, guest talks. I'll have special trainings for you guys as well. We record it and upload all of it, so if you go into Classroom, all the live recordings will be in here between Q&As, special guests, trainings. This is where you can put your latest work and get feedback. You can ask for any technical help you need on latest projects, or if you have something you're I don't really know if I like this music, post a clip in there and say, hey, how do you guys like this? You get instant feedback from other creatives. Because I personally have a sweet spot for creatives. That's why I made this. I get a lot of calls from friends and other people and people who have met me that want to do that, something like this, shadow me or spend time, or
I can't do it. If 100 people call me and ask me to do this, what you asked, I can't say yes.
But now you can through the Academy.
Exactly.
All right, so that's the video. So thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, I would highly recommend considering signing up for the Swiss Creator Academy and learning more from Andrew. And I want to thank Andrew so much for just letting me follow him for the whole day and just getting access to how he manages these brands pretty much by himself. This is, I think, just really great information for anybody who wants to manage a social media account. Very, very useful information, worth more than its weight in gold. Those of you who watch to the end, you're real ones, and I thank you so much for seeing the value in this information, and I know you're gonna kill it in your endeavors. If this video helped you at all, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to learn more about social media and creating content and video stuff, because I will be making more content very shortly.